Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Bodied, a Cloud9 fan cast. I'm your host, Havokpus, and of course, I'm joined by my co-host, Frozencreek. Frozen, how's it going?
It's hot still. It's still above 90 here, and I have a soccer game tonight. So
You're gonna be
I'm
boiling
ready.
alive.
I'm prepared to die one more time. Somehow I survived last week, though. Still
You
not
just
sure
gotta,
how.
you just gotta drink a lot of water.
I am. So, well, I'm trying to, but I'm going to try and hydrate. How's that everything going with you?
Not here.
Yes, I imagine it's also hot there. I looked at the weather in LA and it was like 85 all week. I was like, oh, it sounds so good right now.
That sounds so good.
As opposed, and it's probably with like a breeze and everything on the west side. So I'm so excited to go out there.
I
It
imagine.
can't come soon enough. Mostly because LCS Studios is back open.
Yeah, you
For,
can, you
um,
can.
I'm not sure when the split ends, but the apartment that we're trying to get right now, it's a half-hour walk from the studio. So if I can walk there and there's games on, I'm certainly going to do that.
Oh heck yeah.
But I guess we do have some news this week. There's not really a ton since LCS started. I think a lot of the other leagues kind of slow down a little bit.
Yeah, they conveniently slow down. WoW beat Golden Guardians 3-0 in week 4 of AWC and secured top 4, which that's pretty good. That's probably important.
Yeah, I didn't see where they were in the standings, but top four gets them, I believe, a playoff spot. So
Yeah,
I guess it's something. This is the league that they've won a couple times, correct, in the
I think
past,
so. I think so, yeah.
and then also Blizzard's yeah, the event is the big one.
Yeah, BlizzCon, yeah.
Yeah, BlizzCon. Blizzard's it in Anaheim, right?
I think so.
Huh. I might have to try and get tickets.
Yeah, go to see
To BlizzCon
BlizzCon.
then. I'm sure there'll be some Overwatch 2 there also, so would be
Yeah,
fun to see.
speaking of Overwatch 2, the boys over the London Spitfire actually got their first 2-0 weekend.
Holy shit.
Yeah. They are, I believe, standing wise, I think they may be in like the top 4 now. Basically.
That's good for us, but I feel like that's a really bad look for all the other teams.
Okay, well, overall in the West, we are number 7.
That's pretty good.
I think for our division or whatever, or how they cut up the West, I think we're maybe top 4. But we're number 7 now, which is pretty good. We're above the cutoff, I believe, for the mid-season madness qualifiers, which is really really good. I think if we just kind of hover over there, we can at least go to the playoffs for that, and that'll be super important, I think, for the team. The current win-loss record is 5-3, which is that's pretty good. I mean, there's
Yeah, I
like
mean,
we're tied with like 4 other teams at 5-3, and like it's split up more with like the map win-loss differential. We only have a +1 differential versus like the Atlanta Reign has a +5, and Florida Mayhem, who we beat, has a +8. So little different due to map differentials and whatnot, but the team's looking like they're kind of coming together and they're playing a lot better as the weeks go on. So I'm glad to
yeah.
see that the team is kind of coming together and we're not last place like everyone kind of expected us to be at right out of the gate.
Yeah, I kind of expected them to be at best 3-5 at this point in time. So
Oh yeah, to flip that around is
I
pretty
think
good.
they're exceeding all of our
Oh
expectations
yeah, for sure. I
at
am
this
I am
point.
I'm super glad at what the team is doing right now. Just to be able to at least be like semi-competitive with everyone else in kind of your group, and go through some tough games and get some wins. I think for where they are right now, that's really good, and they're in a good place, and I hope that they continue to improve. And it looks like they kind of are.
Yeah, and that's all you can ask for at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, but speaking of all you can ask for, CS:GO is competing in the Robot Cup right now.
Yeah, they actually just played against Complexity Esports, and it was a pretty cool match. For those that don't know who's on Complexity, Floppy and JT, who used to be on Cloud9, are on this team.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we got to play against Floppy and JT. But it was a pretty good match. We had to take Inferno to overtime, but we won 19-16 on Inferno, and then we beat them 16-7 on Dust 2.
Cool. If I had known JT and Floppy were on that team, I would have watched. Quick tangent. Have you been following the drama with Stewie?
I have vaguely seen some of it. I don't know the full context of what happened. I just know I think Stewie said some things, and then everyone got mad.
Yeah, that's vaguely what I saw. I guess he was probably just being a dick.
Yeah, it could be.
Which I guess is something that happens. But I digress. I just thought of that.
Yeah, I can't really comment on it.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. I was just seeing if you had followed it at all.
Well, so we have kind of a light news day. Before we transition over to Academy, I just also want to mention that Halo once again finished second in their HCS Pro Series week. Of course, losing to Optic, but Optic's like the championship team right now, so that's kind of expected. We're still having issues against them, but I think finishing second is still pretty good. And hopefully the team can get a couple of wins on them eventually.
Yeah, I'm hoping that since Optic they knocked them off their throne, they're feeling hungry to get back up there.
I'm sure they are. I think they're just maybe trying to work out some strategies to play against them.
Yeah, so that's just the HCS Pro Series. Yeah, now I'm sure there's more fun stuff coming up. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't looked, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of competitions for them to play each other again. If it feels like there's no other teams in Halo at this moment.
Yeah, like there are a few, but I think there's not a lot that are really, I don't know, maybe like talked about or really discussed. Like I think like it's like us, Optics, Sentinels, maybe Ghost Gaming. I think
That
they
sounds
maybe have
right.
a team, but then after that, I can't really name any teams.
Yeah, that sounds right. But no one is winning anything besides us and Optic.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to move on to Academy?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about some Academy.
So last week Academy went 1-1 versus Evil Geniuses Academy and 2-0 versus Golden Guardians Academy. So right now they're tied for 6th at 4-6. They've also been in a really tough spot, subbing in a brand new bot lane. So they've been trying to work through that, and subbing in a new jungler who's brand new to competitive in Shiden, who I thought looked a lot better this week. So that was good to see. They're going to be getting King and Destiny back this week, I assume. unless they're going to drop.
I assume I assume that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, they have 3 games this week. I hope. Sorry, guys. Our mammoth brethren. I hope that they're back in the academy. No offense, but we'll know roughly tonight if that's going to happen. Maybe there's some potential that they just keep this academy squad together and drop King and Destiny altogether, but I don't think they're going to do
I
that.
don't see that. I see that more as,
or I think King's on.
Yeah,
for the long
I'm
haul.
pretty sure Wixie and Trevor are just there for subs, similar to oh, I forgot who they put in to sub in for Darshan.
Oh, they had Alorum.
Yes, Alorum, that was it.
And I don't think he even played a game.
No, he didn't even play because Fudge got back like literally, but like I think a couple days before they were supposed to play. So he's like, well, I guess they didn't need me after all.
Poor guy. But yeah,
Poor guy.
I'm assuming he'll be playing on some amateur team of some sort. Which it would have been nice if we just had an amateur team and could push all of those guys down. But
yeah,
I'm hoping that maybe it's not too late for the amateur scene to qualify for Proving Grounds, because I know the Academy ADC and support are going to be, I guess, teamless. I'm not sure what the setup is in in amateur at the moment. I haven't heard anything about Captain Shrimps going anywhere, so maybe they have plans to reignite it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they do have 3 games this week. Wednesday versus Team Liquid Academy, Thursday versus Dig Academy, which we won't be able to. Or Wednesday's game is between recording and posting, so there's not really much to say about that. And then Fridays versus 100 Thieves Academy, a big week all in all for them, getting their bot lane back presumably. So I'm hoping to see them jump off and jump into that top 3 or 4 before Proving Grounds.
Yeah, hopefully the team can kind of shake it more together now that they're getting some playing time together, and Shaden's getting some more experience in. It may take a week or two to kind of reacclimate with the actual bot lane, but hopefully the team can get more, together. I have seen that they are starting to win some, so it seems like they're trending in that direction at least.
Yep. But I guess talking about trending in directions, I feel like now is a good time to move to our LCS week, which trended to an 0-3 start versus
that was
Evil Geniuses, Golden Guardians, and Team Liquid.
Yeah, that was kind of bad. I think I will say maybe to silver lining. This is only week 1. This is not it's not like we are in week 3 or 4. This is only the first week, but we did not look good.
No. The silver linings are that we got EG and TL out of the way already, so we won't have to play them for a few weeks. So that gives time to our bot lane to get together versus teams like Dig, who are also 0-3, or FlyQuest, or Immortals and CLG. So we do have those games coming up, and I think that that's going to be important for our bot lane to get some confidence, because there are a lot of questions about our bot lane after this week's performance, and Sven and Berserker just touching down in LA over the weekend.
Yeah, I think I'm honestly not too concerned about Berserker because he at least in Champions Queue there have been clips people have been posting and stuff.
Yeah.
He's putting up like 20 kill games. Uh I'm not super concerned about him.
Yeah. I'm not concerned about um his skill level. Obviously, he's probably been working on that in Korea, playing solo queue and such.
Yeah, how he plays with Sven is probably going to be the bigger question.
Yeah, and how quickly Sven and Berserker can acclimate to playing bot lane together. I I don't think Sven playing supports a long term issue, but obviously there are probably going to be growing pains. His champions are probably going to be slightly limited, and it's just partially a new role for him. So I think he's probably going to need a few weeks until we see what we would expect from him in the long run. But the good thing is that long term, I do think that we have the potential to be a top team, if not the top team, and make worlds. But I will say, coming out of this week, I do have some concerns about the rest of the team. Do you think that's fair?
No, I think that's fair. I know Jensen hadn't really done a lot in the games that he was playing, and he looked kind of rusty. And Fudge was trying his best. He was trying his Dosh darndest, to
Yeah,
to try and save the games.
yeah. I felt like Fudge was our MVP this weekend. Jensen had a really good EG game, and then I'm not quite sure what happened against GG and TL, but he did not look all that good. And then Blabber had a Blabber week, and I think
he had a Blabber week for sure.
His team around him was not in a place to let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And
I think I will say during the EG game, he looked the most composed and was making really smart decisions.
Yeah, I thought so.
His decision making in the Evil Geniuses game was really good. And that's kind of what my expectation was going to be for the rest of the games that week. I actually didn't watch the GG game because I saw everyone just saying how we looked completely lost and just really bad. So I just kind of spared myself the frustration of being like, I'm just gonna not watch.
King and Destiny got solo killed. I think it was Destiny who died early on, and then it just seemed like everyone gave up.
Yeah, it seemed like King and Destiny were really weighing the team down, just from a mechanical aspect. I will say Blabber during the TL game kind of had a crab moment and kind of lost us the game at chasing after a kill he shouldn't have.
I think there were moments he could have played better, but he was also our only tank into a
team. He was kind of our only engage, yeah.
Had a face check, so it was kind of just his job to walk in and get chunked, and then pray to God he could stall a fight long enough for Corky and Gangplank to do something. But it was just incredibly frustrating to watch Blabber go and get chunked half to back. King gets chunked, has to back.
No, it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar to the EG game in a sense, since we just didn't have enough tools to really deal with whatever the other team had, and we just get kind of chunked before we can do anything.
Yeah, and I don't want to say our draft against EG was bad. It was just they had a really good draft into our composition of no front line. Yeah, and
I think looking at
it really hurt us.
I think looking at the drafts, at least on paper, they make sense, and it's not like they're necessarily bad. I think it's maybe just we maybe should have executed them a little differently to more optimally play to win conditions and such.
Oh yeah, if we have Volibear in game 1, I think we win that game
Yeah,
into
if we had
EG.
a more tanky engage like Volibear, we would have won for sure.
Yeah, or even like a Nautilus, just something that can
Oh
go
yeah,
in and get on Quirky. So yes, yeah, to Valkyrie away or scare Ezreal a little bit, but yeah, they just once it got to like 2 or 3 drags, like 25 minutes in, like they could just sit there and free fire on us, and we just had to take it. I will say that if we were able to get a pick, I think we would have won the game. But EG played it pretty well. If Blabber could have stolen a dead Sejuani or Trundle, I think that was a winnable game. But
I think that comp, the pieces were all there. It was just kind of hinging on, okay, Blabber needs to get resets in fights for us to to finish the fights. That's what kind of it hinged on. If he's not getting the resets, then he's just kind of useless. And that's kind of just what happened.
Yeah, and it was kind of disappointing to watch that game play out, because it's like, oh yeah, we have a chance to win, and then it's like, nope, never mind, no chance at all. And like, oh, we kept fighting and getting close, but like we never had a chance to actually win that game without like a misplay of some sort.
Yeah.
But I will say Fudge's stopwatch into flash Gore Drinker was pretty sick.
His Fjord and his Gangplank looked really, really sick. I think like Fudge is, I think once again, like the least, the player that we have to worry about the least, right? Because he's looking really good and he's looking really solid. I think honestly Jensen looks all right. Maybe we're just not giving him the champions that allows him to really do what he kind of wants to do. Because he played Victor in the EG series. He played Corky in the TL series.
Yone.
And he played Yone.
It was not a very good game from him.
Yeah, he played Yone in the GG series. Like these are characters that don't have like really good crowd control, if any. So I think maybe if we put him on something that has a lot more CC, maybe he can do better.
Nudge, Lissandra.
Or maybe just something champion. Or maybe just put him on like LeBlanc or Oriana, something that's somewhat more leaning towards like the supportive end or something. I don't know. It just seems like right now we're picking him champions that don't really fit with how he plays. Because I remember when he was on our team, he was good with Victor, but he was also like really good at Oriana and LeBlanc.
Echo and LeBlanc. So, and Azir.
Yeah, and Azir. It's weird that we're kind of shying away from Azir, unless Azir was banned. I can't remember the bans.
I also think it's weird that Bjergsen is known as a Zillion player when it was Jensen's pick first.
Yeah, Jensen. I remember like there was a good solid streak where Jensen was like undefeated on Zillion.
It was the Zillion Kindred combo.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good.
Which Kindred is playable now, so.
Yeah, maybe that's what we need. We just need someone to Blabber. Maybe it was so. What Blabber can do? Blabber can pick Beleth, right? Give Jensen Zillion. Just give Blabber full freedom to dive in as a crazy Stingray lady, and give him the revive if he gets too low and he can't reset with his ultimate.
I have no clue what to expect from this champion because I've only seen it in 1A RAM. But it scares me.
She's pretty good. Like essentially, imagine she's like Kindred in that if you can stay ahead and scale, you end up doing a lot of damage because her attack speed gets so crazy fast that you'll end up doing a lot of damage. But like you just can't fall too far behind. It's essentially Kindred without the weird mark mechanic.
Or Kale, kinda.
Yeah, a little bit.
She had, or it's like a Kale Kog'Maw combo.
A little bit. She has like the directional dash. She has she has a bunch of dashes, and she has a thing that basically gives you a really big attack speed boost.
Yeah, I watched her video about her skills and stuff, and I still don't get her. And then a new champion is coming out, so I have no clue what to expect now.
I think we can see some teams playing her when she's available. In
Yeah,
like
it should be soon.
I think.
Next patch maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
And then the most recent patch came out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think so.
They might be switching to the patch this week.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. I forgot how the patches work, but it's generally 2 weeks after it comes out, I believe.
Yeah.
So possibly. So this week, or do you have anything else to add?
No, I don't have anything else. We can talk about this weekend.
All right. So this week, our schedule kind of eases up, not too much. On Saturday, we have Dig at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Sunday we have 100 Thieves at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. So, good news. Dig also sucks, so it is a good baptism for the new bot lane, assuming that they play. Even if we do get King in Destiny, I think that is still a winnable game.
Maybe.
Yeah, Dig is also 0-3. I'm not sure who they played. I can look though.
If we have King and Destiny, I'll leave that as a question mark. But I imagine if we have Berserker and Sven, I think the chances of it being winnable go up. I know there's question marks around Sven and how he plays support. I will say that right now we are in more of an enchanter meta, so that might be easier for him because he's not having to worry about landing hooks and doing all of these crazy like animation cancels and resets and all that. He can just look, I'm gonna put my shield on you, and you're gonna go crazy, and Berserker's gonna go okay, and he's gonna shoot everybody.
Yeah.
So that's easy, right? Like you have to you don't have to use. I mean, you have to use your brain, but it's not that super hard. And I think that it can allow him to more give shot calling to the team, which I think was really lacking this week. It seemed like we just didn't have proper shot calling. I think maybe that's partially because since we don't have Sven, who I think Sven's always been a very strategic and vocal player. To kind of help out with the decision making, because I think when he was playing as AD, he always kind of tried to help with that. So without that, it was probably like Blabber and maybe Destiny, or maybe just Blabber trying to come up with decisions. I wouldn't be surprised. But I think with Svenin, he can help with shot calling, he can help with decision making, he can kind of help control the tempo of fights and everything. I think that with Sven in the team, we will look a lot better. Just based off that. And I think, of course, Berserker, he will bring in much better hands than King will. I think if Berserker was... I think even if it was just Berserker playing and we still had Destiny in support, I think we would have won one or two of our games with him. And so we have the full team now. So I think we should at least be able to play Dig. It's a toss-up with 100 Thieves. It depends... I kind of think we maybe lose to them just because our fully functional team has not had a lot of time to actually scrim.
Yeah, I think on paper this is pretty much a loss, like 80% a loss.
I'm bringing my expectations very low.
Yes. I think an 0-5 start would be bad for us in the long run. Obviously,
yeah, that definitely
ideally,
hurts our chances in playoffs.
Want to get into the upper bracket so we can lose a playoffs series once.
Yeah.
but we are already starting on our back foot, and it's going to take a lot of work from Blabber, Jensen, Fudge, and Max to keep us from falling apart and having to fight our way into playoffs. But yeah, Sunday's going to be tough. The bot lane for 100 Thieves is aggressive, so I'm not sure if we're going to try and out aggressive them. Maybe we can try a Lucian Nami thing, try and take it to them and have Berserker carry. Maybe they just go for scaling like a Jinx Lulu or even Kog'Maw Lulu or drafting a Kale or something. So I don't know, but it's going to be a tough game, and I think it's an L on paper, but I have to imagine things will lighten up after this week. I haven't looked though.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't give up hope until probably like week 4 or so. That's usually when standings and everything really kind of start to settle in. A gauge of how the team is going to do is kind of established. I think definitely right now it seems like the hot pick champions, at least for bot lane, are Ezreal and Twitch. So
Yeah,
either of them would probably
change.
either of them are probably going to be really competed for picks. Outside of that, probably maybe just something that's can scale really well. I'd really like to see Jensen on something that he can actually make more of an impact in instead of just waiting and hoping to scale so he can do big damage. Because I think Jensen functions more if he can be more, active in the early game instead of just, well, I have to farm because I need to hit item timings and get my numbers up at the right time.
Yeah, and maybe the answer to that is him playing Victor. If they feel like that's his best choice, because I'm not sure how Oriana is in the game right now, but you
I
can
don't know either.
pick Victor, Lissandra, LeBlanc, all decent choices right now. So Galio even. So we'll have to see how we can evolve in that sense. Maybe we'll get something fun out of jungle this week. Lilia's seemingly popular in the West. I haven't seen a lot of her in the East though. I've seen some decent Talia games, Kindred games.
Olivia does like busted damage. Like I've seen clips and she just evaporates people now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what changed on her, but she is seemingly OP right now. So maybe that's an option. I think so. Blabber has a pretty clean Talia, so
Yeah, Talia's always been good. So I'd really like to see him play that.
So what is your prediction for this weekend?
I think we're gonna go 1-1. I think we can beat Dig.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And I think with 100 things with our scrim time and everything, we may not be able to pull it out.
Yeah, Dig's team is a little bit sus, and they brought in Gamsu for top lane, so should be a winnable game. Obviously on paper they're still pretty good with Blue and River, but they lost to CLG last week, so I'm hoping that we can top them. But
Yeah, hopefully so.
So 1-1, 1-1. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I don't really have anything.
All right, sounds good. Then we'll see you guys next week.
Yep, same time, same place.
Similar time, same place. All right. See ya.